Instructor Zalthor surveyed the xenobiology cadets assembled in the combat readiness chamber, his crystalline form refracting the harsh overhead lights. 20 species represented, each the finest their world had to offer. Today's lesson would separate the brilliant from the merely competent. "You have 2 standard hours," Zalthor announced, gesturing to the equipment lockers lining the walls. "Using only materials in this room, construct a weapon capable of neutralizing a hostile target at range. You may use the fabricators, molecular assemblers, and nano-forges. Begin." The room erupted into activity. The VRYNN twins immediately commandeered the primary fabricator, their tentacles flying across holographic interfaces as they designed a plasma acceleration chamber. Clicks, the Rothian engineer, began stripping conducting wire from wall panels, muttering calculations for an electromagnetic pulse device. Even CHKRR, usually reserved, was sketching molecular diagrams for a crystalline projectile launcher. Marcus Webb, the only human in the class, stood perfectly still. Zalthor observed with interest. The Terran had been an enigma since enrollment. Average scores, unremarkable physical capabilities, no natural weapons, armor, or enhanced sensory organs. Yet something about the human's psychological profile had flagged him for advanced placement. 2 minutes passed. Marcus hadn't moved toward the equipment. "Cadet Webb," Zalthor called out. "Do you require clarification of the assignment?" Marcus looked up, as if suddenly remembering where he was. "No, sir. Just thinking." "Thinking," Zalthor repeated, unable to mask his skepticism. "Your classmates are already in fabrication phase." The human nodded slowly, then walked toward the center of the room where examination tables and chairs were arranged for the observation phase. He selected a standard-issue chair, basic molded composite, designed for multiple species anatomies. What happened next would be discussed in tactical academies for decades. Marcus gripped the chair's backrest with both hands, positioned his foot against the seat, and yanked. The leg separated with a sharp crack that silenced the room. He examined the broken end, jagged, splintered, then turned to face Zalthor. "Done, sir." Silence. Even the VRYNN twins' fabricator had gone quiet. "That," Zalthor said carefully, "is a chair leg." "It's a spear, sir," Marcus corrected, hefting it with practiced ease. "Approximately 1 meter in length. Hardened composite tip capable of penetrating light armor. Balanced for throwing at ranges up to 15 meters with accuracy. Can also be used for close-quarters combat, leverage applications, or as a climbing aid if needed." Clix's scales rippled in confusion. "You broke furniture. The assignment required weapon construction." "I constructed a weapon," Marcus replied evenly. "The assignment didn't specify technological complexity." Zalthor moved closer, his crystalline matrix processing this development. "Cadet Webb, your peers are utilizing advanced fabrication technology. The molecular assemblers alone can create weapons with." "Sir, respectfully," Marcus interrupted, "they're creating weapons that require power sources, maintenance, and specialized knowledge to operate. This works right now. No calibration needed. If it breaks, I make another one." There are 17 more chairs in this room. The simplicity was profound and profoundly disturbing. "Demonstrate its effectiveness," Zalthor commanded, gesturing to the ballistic gel targets at the room's far end. Marcus's throwing stance was smooth, practiced, muscle memory from countless generations. The chair leg flew straight and true, punching through the gel target's center mass with enough force to embed itself in the wall beyond. 19 meters, the range computer announced. Penetration depth, sufficient to reach vital organ clusters in 73% of known species. The room remained silent. CHKR's earlier crystalline launcher suddenly seemed overcomplicated, fragile. The VRYNN twins' plasma weapon, still incomplete, looked impressive but impractical. Zalthor's matrix flickered as he updated his assessment files. The human hadn't failed to understand the assignment. He'd understood it too well. While others had focused on building weapons, Marcus had simply weaponized his environment. Acceptable. Zalthor said finally, though the word felt inadequate. Class dismissed. As the other students filed out, still clutching their sophisticated but unfinished projects, Marcus retrieved his spear from the wall. He tested its balance again, nodded to himself, and walked toward the exit. Cadet Webb, Zalthor called after him. A question. Where did you learn to weaponize common objects so efficiently? Marcus paused at the doorway, a strange expression crossing his face, something between amusement and ancient memory. Earth, sir. We've had a lot of practice making do with whatever's available. When you're born without claws, venom, or armor, you learn pretty quick that everything's a weapon if you're creative enough. He left, chair legs still in hand. Zalthor stood alone in the combat readiness chamber, surrounded by expensive equipment designed to create sophisticated weapons. His gaze fell on the remaining 16 chairs. For the first time in his teaching career, he felt something his species rarely experienced: a predator's caution when recognizing another apex hunter. The humans didn't need to build weapons, he realized. They'd been born in a world that taught them to see weapons everywhere.